Grit versus Olaf. I think it sounds like a Blue Moon Civil War. I hope guys will enjoy. I am Master Kambai, also known as Multi-Topic Talk. I bring you that new replay. It was one of my latest Global League game. And that guy was a very strong grid player. So let's do this. As usual, I will be really fast on the first few turns. It's boring to watch infantry walking around. Now, I must say, in my own opinion, Grit deserves his place in Tier 1, while Olaf should be Tier 3. Now, first artillery out, that's pretty good. I get my first tank out. He gets his first tank out, which is very good. Even if his tanks are weaker, they are still staple units you need to build. Now, as you can see, I have the income lead, but we will be tied very soon. Now we are tied. I also created the anti-air because even if Grid has weaker air units, they can be dangerous. A battlecopter can cripple your troops. Now I created battlecopter in Recon. Usually I'm not a fan of Recon, but I need vision against Grid. Because if I see his walls, then I can find his indirects. So now, as you can see, he has the income lead. I'm not that far behind. My army worth more than his. Now I create the artillery and a tank and a infantry. At that point, he got 2k more than me each turn. 3k. I kept buildings, so he only has 1k more. With that recon, I was able to find the tank and get the first strike on it. I created another recon because I expected this one to die. The intel he brought me was really great, but against grid players, recons tends to die really fast. Even tanks, they die really fast. Now, as expected, he got a battlecopter. Battlecopter are staple. Now I'm being greedy. I want his building because I feel like I have a window to do such thing. My NTR get destroyed. For HP, it's rendered useless for now. His recon did a good intel job here and damaged my capture game. He created a missile. Even if it's grit, I don't feel like it's worth it. He should have bought anti-air and probably save up some money, I guess? Maybe. Whatever. Now it's 21 to 21. Usually I like a lot to pop my blizzard. However, it's grit. And I need to pierce his walls of units. And the best way to do such thing is the Winter Fury. Now I surpassed him in income, which is really good. Because I got my building there and he did not got this building there. Now I created one tank, one battlecopter and 2 infantry. I also have the value lead over him. I lose many units and I'm sad about that. This turn was really good for him. He flipped the table. He took the advantage. And that was a good advantage because he mopped the floor with many of my troops. That was a really good turn for him. He placed his unit well. I think what hurt him the most is the fact that he still don't have that building. And I have this one. I take a shot to his anti-air and I reveal his tank, or actually his artillery. Now he is about to get his super. I take that engagement even if I knew I would lose it. I want to lower his unit HP because I don't want him to capture too many of my units in that area. Now I create another anti-air because I feel like the other one will be too slow to reach that front. I create infantry, battlecopter, and infantry as well. Because you need to keep having infantries. Now that power was really good. With that artillery, he was able to shut down one of my tanks. With that artillery, he almost killed another of my tanks. That turn was just amazing for him. Killed my infantry. Tries to cap that building. I lost another tank. Now he created a battlecopter and I just realized he had a rocket. This is a very good amount of money and it's spent well. Now the first thing I do is the Winter Fury. Look, he has 10k now. It will drop a lot. Blow up the recon, the infantry, the other infantry, it's almost gone. That 8 HP anti-air can shut down that battlecopter if the battlecopter does not move. I blow up 1 unit and 2 units. Now in this area he has nothing to compete with my tank. Yes, he has the 8 HP tank, but this is the 8 HP tank with weaker firepower. So this means if he attacks my tank, he will sustain more damage than what it will give me. So I create tank, infantry, battlecopter, and tank, because I need air units. Air units can change the game for me. So you see, he lost 15k, and I did not kill many units, but I drained a lot of money out of him. So now he is very defensive because he knows that a Winter Fury does a lot of damage. Now you see that was a bit stupid, it just stacked an infantry for intel, I guess. Now the value are similar, but this will change. Now I mop the floor with many units, I see that's artillery and I'm like, let's kill it. Now I create a wall, I know the tank can go here and take a shot there, but if it does such thing, my tank over here will counterattack and it will be really strong. And that artillery is mainly to drag that tank out of the center of the map. At that point I had no clue we had that battlecopter. If I knew, I would not have sent that artillery over here. Now I'm up the floor with that troop. I take out the anti-air. At that point I'm like, oh, okay, let's go full on aggressive. Tank, anti-air, tank. I feel like I have enough infantry for now. So I just go full on aggressive. Now you see it still recovers from my Winter Fury. This means he lost a lot of money again. His funds are really low right now. I lost the tank, I was really sad about that. But hey, you charged my meter, buddy. Takes a shot to my infantry, takes out my infantry. Now you see he's building a wall of artillery and that's very good. Now that engagement was stupid, he should not have done that, but I guess he wanted to lower my HP. The thing is, grid tanks should be used to defense, not to offense. And of course, if you lower your enemy units, you can defend yourself better, but you will lose your unit faster as well, so keep that in mind. Yes, my tank won't be as good as before, but his tank will probably be destroyed next turn. If he did not do such move, my tank would be able to do more damage, but his tank would be more defensive than right now. Because now with 5 HP, it's really hard for this tank to survive. This tank will simply die. Now you see that artillery stood there. Huge mistake, I will take a good shot out of it. And I will be happy about that. So now, I take out the battlecopter. I lower the battlecopter HP. And I know what I'm doing. I don't plan on destroying the battlecopter with my infantry. I just plan on lowering the battlecopter HP. That was the objective there. So now I reveal both of his artillery and I'm like, okay, he has a lot of indirects. That's grit-like, that was really good. Now I try to go for this city there. Because I see most of his troops are in the center. And I did not expect any unit in this area. And my guess was right. He had nothing in this flank, leaving the entire flank open for me to go there and capture buildings. Now I take good shots on the artillery. I blow up the artillery there. So we lost 2 artillery. Now at that point I keep the aggression on. Tank, anti-air, tank. And you see, he still recovers from the Winter Fury. Even if I did it like 3 turns ago, he's still not at full power right now. He still spend money in repairs. So Winter Fury is truly strong. Now, the reason why I still think Olaf should be tier 3 is his day-to-day. Of course, if you play with snow active all the time, Olaf becomes broken. But the fact that snow is only coming when you have random weather or when you use your power makes Olaf day to day not that amazing. It works well with his power and super. It's amazing. It's the best day-to-day could have with his power and his super, but it's not a true day-to-day. So now we use another Winter Fury, and you will see the value drop. Right now is at 90k. Yeah, 90k. And you will see that value drop a lot. So I go for that building because I guess he has no unit there. I'm like, I'm able to take that city on. I just thought I could. And the snow slows him down, so more reason to believe I will get that building. Take out the infantry, find the other infantry, take out the other infantry, send tanks in this area to protect my infantry in case he has some surprise unit. Now I try that cap there, even if it's stupid, I wanted to push his unit to attack me. I wanted his unit to come in range of my own unit. Now I created tank, 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 because I want to keep the pressure on. Now, as expected, he sends units, and he wants to interrupt that cap there. So now his forces will be divided. Instead of being focused in the center, he will need to drive units around this area if he wants to keep the building. Now, I don't understand why that artillery is alone. If I have vision over it, it has no protection. I will just kill it. And this 2 HP tank will just kill that 1 HP infantry. So you see the value drop probably 15 or 16k, and a lot of repairs as well. So each time you're doing a Winter Fury, it's really cost effective. Your opponent feels it. Battlecopter out, I'm really happy. I don't care if I lose that anti-air. I took out that unit. Now I go for this building, because by sending that unit in that corner, I drove a lot of unit there. So by sending another infantry on that corner, I will drive other unit there, leaving the center open for me. Because he cannot divide too much his troops, he has limited funds. Now I hide that thing there and I find 2 artillery. So I'm like, okay, I won't get the city, but that cap was successful in a way that I drove his troops to be there instead of there. There it's really hard to take them out because there are forests and it can create walls. Here, yes, it can create walls, but there's no forest. So I will be able to find his unit with ease, and I will be able to make my way around these said unit to strike them. In this game, I thought much more than usual. Usually I'm not that of a tactician. I'm not amazing as a player, I have a lot of experience, I know the game well, but when it comes to plans, I'm not taking that much. In this game, I felt like I needed to have a good show. I needed to prove Olaf is good. I needed to be like, yo, I'm gonna win this. I will win this. I wanted to win. And usually I'm relaxed. I don't want to pressure myself into winning. I don't like that. That's also why maybe I'm not that good at this game. I just play for fun. I have fun. This game was really fun. That's why I showed it to you. So now at that point, he still has the value lead, but not by that much. because Winter Fury does so much damage. Now I take out tanks. Tanks. I don't care if I lose that battlecopter, at least I will have a shot on that missile. That missile was worth it, I guess. But my battlecopter as well, it gave me intel, it gave me damage, I was able to blow up a tank, if I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure you had a tank there. Yeah, you see, I blew up a tank because of that battlecopter. And I pierced through that wall because of that said battlecopter. Now I'm doing as much damage as I can to that rocket because I don't want that rocket to be too high in HP. I know I will lose one of my anti-air, maybe both if he has a good army, but my objective was really to scratch that rocket. Because if it's at 7 HP, it will deal less damage than 9 or 10. So this is a defense bonus for me in some ways. Now that infantry does not try anything, it's here for scout and for traps. Once I dealt with that unit, my objective would be to get that city. Wow, that free play was so long that Olaf team ended. So let's keep going here. So you see, I have many infantry because for many turns, I did not bought any infantry. I wanted pressure, I wanted many units to strike him, but now I needed infantry because I felt like I was lacking in infantry in the front lines. So yes, I have firepower, but I have no capture gain. That's why I bought more infantry during that turn. You see, he will lose that battlecopter because he took the bait. That infantry, I knew it would die. I still tried because I wanted to drive units in this area, and it was a success. So now that area is cleared, because I will probably mob the floor with what is left, and now it's only the center and this flank. But with the battlecopter out, this flank will be much weaker. So this means if I divide my infantry there and here, I will have a good capture gain eventually. So that rocket was amazing. That power was brilliant. He did well. That power was just that great. So yeah. I lose an infantry, but I don't care. So now at that point I'm like, okay, I will reach that artillery there. So I will do a lot of damage. Take out the battlecopter, damage the recon. Go for heal, because I expect that anti-air to get damaged by that tank. So I want a tank able to compete with his tank. Now I wanted to cut his vision. He only has that infantry left for vision. So that was the purpose. And I also wanted to open a path to reach that artillery in the back. Just like that. Now 2 artillery are not able to do anything. 1 HP, even if it's grit, it's not enough. A second battlecopter is incoming. I know he has a missile there, but I don't care because I'm out of reach. Right now he has his power active, but next turn it will be out of reach. And I know these 2 battlecopters will pressure a lot that area. And here in the center I have 3 tanks, and he's lacking in vision as well, because he spent resources on both flanks to defend his buildings. Now, one thing is sure with global damage COs, the longer the game will get, the better they are. At some point, you just cannot compete with them, because the rift is always getting bigger and bigger. You see, at the start of the game, he was able to keep up. At that point, he's not. He's 20k behind me. He is an entire turn behind me right now at that point. Now, of course, he will do a lot of damage, and I will probably drop to 90k, and it will probably go to 10k, but if I do another Winter Fury, his troop will say goodbye. His troop will just be crippled. And now, I realize, oh, that guy is clever. He didn't wanted me to get my super, however, that's not how it works against Olaf. Because if Olaf is smart, Olaf can gain stars. And if Olaf gains stars, well, he destroys units and he gets his Winter Fury again. So now I will attack the missile because I know it worked a lot. Oh no, actually I attacked for the artillery. Well, that was still a very good move. I felt like that missile was probably not a threat, that's why I blew up the artillery. And that was the right thing to do. So now mid-turn, Winter Fury, look at the value, it's probably 80 right now. Now it dropped a lot because I blew up a rocket. And I'm in reach of that rocket as well with Bowcopter and tank. Now because of the reduced movement range, I don't think that, maybe this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because of the road, he's able to reach me, but it's snowing, so I have defense. And yeah, at that point, I think I knew I won. I traded 3 tanks to pressure him even more, because at that point I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 infantry. And I moved that infantry out because I did not wanted him to be able to take it out. I wanted that infantry to be as far away as possible as the battlefield, but I still wanted it to be able to cap that building if I could. So now at that point I think he gives up. Yeah, he resigned. So you see, I said 80k, it was 70. At that point, the rift between the both of us, the ravine between the both of us was too big. The gap was too big. There's no way Grit can come back from that. Early in the game, Grit had a lot of pressure. He was able to keep up with me. But when I divided his troops on 2 flanks, he lost, basically. He lost because Grit is good when there's only 1 flank. The moment you need to keep up with several flanks, several battlefront, it's a nightmare for Grit. Especially in Fog of War. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe. We will see each other in future video. Have a great day.